Blackstone presents The Great War and the Birth of Modern Medicine, A History, by Thomas Helling, M.D. This book is read by Mack Sanderson. For all those men and women who must confront the horrors of war. From the evils of mankind comes improbable redemption. 1. The Fury of War. A War of Mankind. It is a war not of nations, but of mankind. It is a war to exorcise a world madness and end an age. So spoke H.G. Wells in 1914 of the unfolding conflagration that came to be known as the Great War. It was a war of Prussian aggression, a war of imperialism, a war of ambition and treaties and madness, a war filled with horror and slaughter and anguish. Indeed, Wells felt that the German state had slipped into physical and moral brutality, becoming a boil on the earth that must be lanced, and all so that peace might be restored. It would be a crusade for peace. But before 1914, before the slaughters began, war was seen as a glorious adventure, the mark of masculinity, of patriotism, of passion even. So European citizenry applauded. Just before the first waves of German troops crossed the Belgian border the morning of August 4, 1914, the Belgian King Albert had delivered a stirring speech to Parliament, and the throngs of people outside became delirious with fervor, incensed at the German insolence, and chanting for Belgian independence. Lieutenant General de Kuhn, commanding the Garde Civique, rose in his stirrups, waving his sword. What a sacred and unforgettable emotion stirred the hearts of those Belgians! What aplomb! What chivalry! In Paris, the fury of war was also in the air. The two houses of France's Parliament met in joint session. First, President Raymond Poincaré, then Prime Minister René Viviani, spoke, lashing out in moral terms, insisting war was now a matter of right and liberty. The applause was deafening. The Senate and Chamber of Deputies unanimously voted for war. According to historian Barbara Tuchman, French soldiers in red trousers and big-skirted dark blue coats chanted as they marched through the streets, demanding the return of Alsace and Lorraine, lost in the War of 1870-71. Companies of volunteers cheered prancing cavalry regiments in anachronistic gleaming breastplates and medieval-style helmets with shouts of death to Germany.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?